The grief too much as the Carlton wall collapse claims its third victim. No longer off limits, developers get the green light to move into our national parks. Lamenting the church's faults as thousands celebrate the true meaning of Easter. A new Qantas partnership takes off in spectacular style. And the Demons booed off after a shameful start to the season.
Live from Melbourne, this is 7 News with Jennifer Keyte.
Good evening. First tonight, breaking news. An emergency is underway in Sunbury where a car has smashed into a house, rupturing a gas main. Emily Angwin's there. Emily, what's the situation?
Jen, police have set up a 50-metre exclusion zone here in Sunbury after a gas leak. Now, it follows a car which crashed over double lines and down an embankment and into the front yard of a house. Now, that car landed on a gas meter, causing a gas leak. Now, the gas company is here at the moment checking the leak, but as a precaution, neighbouring properties have been evacuated, and as I mentioned, a 50-metre exclusion zone has been set up. Now, here's what police had to say a short time ago.
We believe the gas escaping is minimal, however there is still a concern of ignition, so we're keeping those premises empty and keeping people to the distance you see before you now so that we can render it safe.
Now, the driver was the only occupant in the car. Now, he's a 47-year-old father of two from Wodonga. His name is Cameron Forrest. Now, thankfully, he didn't suffer any major injuries and he was taken to the Royal Melbourne Hospital in a stable condition. Now, I spoke to his sister and she says he suffers from diabetes and also short-term memory loss. So that could be a contributing factor to the crash. But she says she's just thankful, as is everyone here, that no one was seriously hurt. Back to you.
Thanks, Emily. The teenage sister critically injured in Melbourne's freak wall collapse has lost her battle for life 3 days after her brother died in the tragedy. Alexander and Bridget Jones were walking to meet their father at the MCG for Carlton's first game when they were crushed by the falling bricks. Michael Scanlon reports.
For the second day, friends gathered to mourn the loss of a friend. Yesterday, they cried for Xander. Today, there were tears for his younger sister, Bridget.
They were both just inseparable. You could tell that they were like that, and really just honestly the nicest people.
At 6:30 this morning, the 18-year-old Melbourne University student took a
increase in the number of bookings on the joint network. The first passengers flying tonight. Paul Kadak, 7 News.
And next on 7 News, Victorian tourists rescued after a drunken late-night swim in Sydney. A cost blowout keeping the iconic W-class trams off the tracks. And the boss gets thousands rocking at Hanging Rock. A fire's caused more than $250,000 damage to a Taylor's Lakes property this afternoon. Residents watched from the street as the house went up in flames just after 4 o'clock. Dozens of firefighters battled to bring it under control. It's believed the fire started in a rear bedroom. Off-duty lifeguards have helped rescue 2 Footscray men who got into trouble during a drunken late-night swim at Manly in Sydney. The men entered the water about 10 o'clock last night after being refused entry to a hotel. When they didn't return, water police launched a search. Local surfers found the men and they were taken to hospital for a checkup. The much-hyped program to restore Melbourne's iconic W-class trams has had a cost blowout. 7 News can reveal 6 months after the expected completion date, just 1 tram has been repaired and it still isn't taking passengers. Jacqueline Felgate explains.
It's an image synonymous with Melbourne. And finally, the first of the restored W-class trams is back on the tracks. But it's not taking passengers just yet. It will be tested for at least 3
There's another sold-out concert tonight, and the local mayor says the boss has been worth $2 million in tourism dollars. Time for sport now with Sandy Roberts.
Thank you, Jen. And coming up tonight, the pressure gets to Bucks as the Pies battle the Roos. A dirty day for the Demons as the power soar. And a Super Sunday swell hits Bells Beach. Hello again. Collingwood and North Melbourne are currently locked in a tight battle after the Pies lost Heath Shaw and Dane Beams before the game through injury. Early in the third quarter, Collingwood leads by 6 points. Tom Brown has more.
Collingwood kept Dane Beams and Heath Shaw's late withdrawal a tight-knit secret. The surprise presenting a big opportunity for the Roos. With the glove on, Travis Cloakes helped the Pies get off to a good start, but he gave away a controversial push.
In South Africa, Duncan McKenzie-McHarg, 7 News.
And Jen, Collingwood have opened up a 19-point lead early in the third quarter against North Melbourne.
OK, thank you very much, Sandy.
Pleasure, Jenny.
Now checking last night's Tats Lotto results, and the numbers you need are 41, 40, 43, 29, 4 and 33. The supplementaries 3 and 2. Next, Giaan Rooney joins us with the weather.
Thank you, Jen. It's going to be a mostly sunny Easter Monday. I'll have the details after the break. Good evening again. A mostly cloudy Easter Sunday here in Melbourne. We reached our top of 19.2 just after 3 this afternoon after an overnight low of 13.9. At the moment, it's around 17 degrees. On the satellite, where a weak high pressure ridge currently lying over northern Victoria will remain there tomorrow before a cold front rapidly crosses the south of the state on Tuesday morning. Around the country tomorrow, showers for Brisbane and 26, 24 with showers clearing for Sydney. Adelaide is expecting an early shower and 21 degrees. Across Victoria tomorrow, a cool to mild day where it should be mostly fine over most areas, apart from isolated showers near the southwest and central coasts. Light to moderate westerly winds, especially for coastal areas. Into the suburbs now, Scoresby 21, 17 for Mount Dandenong, 20 degrees in Frankston. A mostly sunny day in Melbourne tomorrow, light westerly winds increasing during the middle of the day before dropping again in the evening. We're looking at a top of 22. And looking further ahead, a shower or two with 20 degrees Tuesday, morning showers clearing Wednesday to a top of 21, and then the temperature starts to climb. 24 degrees Thursday, 26 Friday, before 28 degrees for both days of next weekend. So some still warm weather to come, Jen.
Good to hear. Thank you, Giaan. And that's 7 News. For now, from the team, have a lovely evening and good night.